Hi, I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web fishing report. Got a lot to get to this week, so I'm going to jump right into it. Let's see, June launches some major subscriber-only benefits with the Fisherman magazine. First off is the return of the Fisherman TV, now sponsored by our good friends at Yo-Zuri, and Season 2 kicks off with spring Lake Erie smallmouth bass and Lake Ontario lake trout fishing. Subscribers may view the episode beginning on Monday, June 2nd on thefisherman.com. Next up is a brand new monthly print feature with an awesome web companion from our longtime friend, the diving fisherman, Mike Laptu. I've known Mike for many years and his underwater photography is nothing short of awesome. We kick off this 5-part series with an underwater look at striped bass and we'll follow it up with each month with fluke, black sea bass, false albacore, and blackfish. So check out the article in print and the exclusive videos at thefisherman.com right now. Additionally, this month we have some great articles from Crazy Alberto, Captain John Raguso, Al Ristori, local content which covers throwing a cast net by Jeff Tyrell, Black Island bassing by Captain Mike Roy, and much, much more. This month's issue is jam-packed with plenty of features, so check it out. This week we also got returned the Offshore Fishing Report in New England. We have a new field editor covering the position for us, Captain Alex Friedman. Alex has been in the game for a long time. He really knows his way around the offshore scene. He's a resident of Edgartown, Mass., lucky guy, and has a hand in the pulse of everything pelagic. Check out his report this week for a great synopsis of what we have coming to look forward to in the season as well as in June and the local offshore report. Lastly, don't forget to keep posting those reports on our public fishing reports forum at thefisherman.com. We're giving away some great prizes for the next couple of weeks running right through July, so check it out and start posting up. So as far as the report this week, we'll start off down in Connecticut, and the big news was that large striped bass were on the feed in Western Sound as well as all across the state. According to Fisherman's World, they got reports of big bass to the mid 40-pound range being caught on bunker last week. The trick they said was to find some bunker and instead of using a whole live one, basically cut the back third off and use the chunk down below the bunker, and that's where you found the bigger bass. So there's some good tips. I got word of a pair of low 50s caught in that general area by boat using this exact technique last week, so give it a shot. As we move down the Connecticut shoreline, word from every shop that we spoke to is again just big bass, big bass. Caught both by surf as well as from shore. Fisherman's Paradise weighed in a bunch of bass to the 30s. Rock and Roll Charters got into a load of bass as well up into the 30-pound class all week long for their charters. Fishing Factory 3 weighed in a 43 from the surf for Will Sorotnick and on. So check out the posted reports for the complete details. Let's see, over in Rhode Island, things were much better this week in the surf as both Watch Hill Outfitters and Galley Bait and Tackle weighed in surf-caught bass to the 30s. Robin at Quanti Bait and Tackle said the scup fishing is yet to quite materialize from the shore guys, but as the water temps increase, should really kick into gear. I got word that there's plenty of scup being taken by the boaters a little bit offshore. They just haven't moved in close for the surf guys yet. Let's see, Francis Fleet and 7Bs continue to find excellent results on the local fluke grounds with a lot of limit catches being made last week. They had some light loads on the boat, not a whole lot of guys getting out, but those that did caught plenty of fish, so definitely get out there, give it a shot. Squid fishing was off a little bit last week, likely due to the moon tides, but it's expected to pick up hot and heavy in the coming week. As the squid are still around, again, it was just difficult to stay on them with the strong tides. Let's see, up in Massachusetts, while the floodgates have not quite been opened up, fishing in the canal was much better this past week. According to everyone we spoke to, Red Top specifically said things were getting much better. But again, not a whole lot of really big fish. Most of the bass are in that 20 to 36 inch range. Couple around 40 inches were taken, but nothing really, really big that you would have expected by this time of year. However, water temperatures continue to warm. There's plenty of bait, so any day now, some of those big fish are going to move in. Out on the Vineyard, Dick's Bait and Tackle had a 19-pound bass take their Memorial Day weekend derby, and Larry's Tackle reports that large blues to 15 pounds will be taken off of the beaches as well as tight to shore of the island by boats. So those are some nice bluefish to get into. Black sea bass fishing continues to be excellent off the coast of southern Massachusetts, Buzzards Bay, and out around the islands. A few of the guys at the hookup up in Orleans waded the Brewster Flats this past week, and they did extremely well on bass to 40 inches, throwing small white plastics at the fish. So that's a nice sight fishing you got going up there on the Cape. Pete Santini of Fishing Fanatics up in Everett reports that signups for the 18th annual Boston Harbor Striper Shootout have been filling up fast. The tournament is set for June 14th with a captain's meeting on the 13th. For complete details, check out www.stripershootout.com. It's a great event. We'll be passing along the results in a couple of weeks, but in the meantime, sign up and get out there and get fishing. Let's see, flounder fishing is going strong all across the North Shore. Really everyone that we spoke to, tackle shops, charter boats are all reporting some of the best fishing that they've seen in years. Lots of fish in that 2 to 3 pound range, so that's an excellent opportunity to get out and get in on the blackbacks. Lastly, Gulf of Maine ground fishing has been feast or famine depending on who you speak to. Got word from the Yankee fleet that they hauled up a 63-pound halibut last week that was taken on a bait. Cayman Charters continues to hammer away at some big haddock and market-sized cod. And some of the other guys I spoke to went out, didn't do quite as well, but give it a shot. Gulf of Maine ground fishing this time of year is when you really want to get into it and give it a shot. So there you go. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web fishing report, wishing you tight lines on the water.